I don't know whether to call this Vlogmas or not, but you know, I'm still vlogging and it's still Christmas, so it's Vlogmas. I knew this year was bad enough to end in tears. Tears, get it? Tears. That was a really lame joke I saw on Facebook, sorry. That's the tip, and then the shaft, and then where his boots are, the balls, how much that's going to look like a really girthy penis. Good morning everybody, today is Wednesday the 2nd of December 2020. Like, what the hell is that? Is that an elf? Can you do a Christmas dance? No, fuck off. No. Love Percy. I honestly thought I was doing the middle finger to everyone then, and I had to double check in the viewfinder that I wasn't. It feels like December now because I'm wearing a reindeer onesie. If we don't eat ice and sugar from the bowl, who even are you? So hello. It's been a bit of a minute because I haven't really felt like vlogging. I hated the way I look on camera. I've had a lot of work related drama, family drama. I'm not going to go into detail, but this week hasn't been great. Look at the antlers. I vlogged this morning. I'm back. I love big chunky cardigans. What a week it's been, guys. Oh, it's been a horrible week. Originally I was going to vlog from last Thursday, but then I didn't. I tried, but I didn't. Today is Thursday the 26th of November 2020. At 11:30 this morning, Matt Hancock announced which towns, cities, districts, etc. would be in which tier. So there are 3 tiers. There is tier 1, which is medium, tier 2, which is high, and tier 3, which is very high, and we are tier 3. So what that means is no household mixing indoors or outdoors in hospitality venues or private gardens. Rule of 6 applies in outdoor public spaces like parks. Pubs and restaurants closed except for delivery and takeaway, so we will not open next week. At my pub, we will stay as a takeaway service. Indoor entertainment venues closed, guidance against travelling in and out of the area, and personal care, including hairdressing allowed, so Jack is allowed to go back to work. Basically in every tier, hairdressing was allowed to go back as an industry. So yeah, where I am, we basically are staying as we were. I think the only difference being non-essential retail can now reopen on the 3rd, and hairdressers can reopen. I have nothing else to say right now. Let's just crack on with it. The idea always was that we were coming out of lockdown on the 3rd of December, but what the tiers meant was what would reopen in which area, what you could and couldn't do in what area, and it was specific rules for specific areas in England. Where I am, which is good old Medway, which if you don't know that is in Kent, have been placed in the very high tier, which is tier 3, which even though hairdressers and barbers and non-essential retail can reopen, I guess we're kind of still in somewhat of a lockdown. So bars, restaurants, pubs, etc. cannot reopen. They can continue a takeaway service, but they can't actually reopen. Hairdressers can reopen, so Jack's back at work today. Pubs, restaurants, bars, cinemas, bowling, indoor events, ice rinks, Santa's grottos, basically anything that takes place in an indoor venue cannot reopen. So my pub is still doing a takeaway service, and I've only got 1 shift this week. There's been a lot of drama to do with my work, so we're not even going to talk about that. Honestly, the last week I have hated myself, been really stressed, not felt Christmassy, and it just all kind of, it just all happened at once, and I was like, no, can't deal with this. But the good thing is I now am feeling super Christmassy, and I have decided to watch one Christmas film every single day throughout December. I know this Christmas is not going to be what it normally would be. Nothing is going to make this Christmas feel normal. Fingers crossed, I am still doing one Christmassy thing next week, which is going to Bredgebury Forest for their Christmas light show. Everything else has been cancelled, and the thing is, there is nothing that we can do that is going to make this Christmas feel normal, so we need to try and make the best of it. I think a lot of people are in a difficult financial situation, so even though Christmas isn't about presents, you know, at the same time it is. I kind of feel like because we can't go out and do Christmassy things, so Christmas markets, Christmas grottos, go away for Christmas, ice rinks, we normally have something called the Christmas Dickens Festival, which we go to as well. Because we can't do any of those things, it kind of falls to making out with presents, but then everyone is in a really difficult financial situation, so we can't make out with presents. Now I feel like I should be in a really cheesy Christmas film where I'm like, Christmas is about family and spending time with your family, and it is. After the year we've had, it's kind of the last time to make it up and to make it normal. I just feel like after the year everyone has had, we just kind of want to do our utmost to make this Christmas really special, and I think everyone's kind of run out of ideas on how to do that because we can't go out anywhere, we can't do the festivities that we normally would, we can't go out and buy an abundance of presents. I don't want to be depressing. I think we can still have a lovely Christmas. I am a little bit gutted that I can't really go off and do any of the festive things that I normally would. I have nothing wanted to show you guys, which is why I don't know whether to call this Vlogmas or not, but you know, I'm still vlogging and it's still Christmas, so it's Vlogmas. What was I saying? So we are in tier 3 in Kent, which means we have to wait until the 16th when they have a little look at our numbers, how many people have got COVID, are the numbers decreasing, increasing, etc. I don't see them keeping us in tier 3 over Christmas. I think we'll go into tier 2 for a couple of weeks and then the government will panic, say that the numbers have gone up, and then we'll either be in another lockdown in January or we'll go back into tier 3 with really strict restrictions. There are still no festivities in this house. We have our Christmas tree up, but we don't have like the house Christmas tree up. And on that note, I am not allowed to film in any other room of the house other than my bedroom, which means I can either go outside and film, I can sit in my car, or I can film in my bedroom, but I am no longer allowed to film around the house. So I'm a little bit limited to what I can show you. I appreciate it's not my house, but I'm a little bit gutted and upset that I'm not allowed to film. That is what I love to do. Not that there's much to film. I know it's not my house, but it's just a little bit upsetting that I'm not allowed to do the one thing that I love to do. I can't go out and do anything Christmassy, and now I can't film anything Christmassy indoors other than in here. Anyway, I feel like I'm going to be 80 years old and I'm still going to be buying myself an advent calendar. I bought Bo, the dog that you've seen in my videos before. I bought her a Christmas toy. It's so cute. The people that live in England, if you've ever bought a Santa, like a chocolate Santa from Poundland, you will know that there was a story a couple of years ago where they look like penises. I don't know if they still do, but basically when you unwrap these it looks like a chocolate penis because it's just like a cheap Santa. Yeah, so when you unwrap these they look like a penis because they're basically just really cheap little chocolate Santas. So I bought a couple for me and Jack, so when we unwrap these we'll see if they look like a penis. I mean, you can tell, look, so there's going to be a line where his hat is there, so that's the tip, and then the shaft, and then where his boots are they just have like two sort of like lines that go down here for the balls. Yeah, it's pretty much a chocolate penis. And loads of people found that out when they bought these for their kids last year. Don't ever buy Poundland Santas. They taste good, but they look like penises. Oh, you can kind of tell from the back, look, how much that's going to look like a really girthy penis. I also bought Santa earrings from Poundland as well. I make a gingerbread house every year without fail, but this one was the only one that I could afford to get this year. It was about £6. It's tiny and it's from Amazon. Now, wrong with that? Yeah, no, this is not happening. Is this the worst gingerbread house you've ever seen in your life? Probably. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of standing up on its own. La 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 la. So I don't really shop in Lush anymore. I seem to find nicer alternatives. This is from a company called Pretty Suds. This one is gingerbread. The Grinch, which is one of my favourites. It looks like a chameleon, but it is the Grinch. You know what I love about the Grinch? He didn't hate Christmas, he just hated people. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. This one isn't Christmassy, but it is rhubarb and custard. Nice colours. This one looks creepier than it did in the picture. So it comes out rainbow. It is a rainbow cloud. So that's the face. And then it's rainbowy underneath. And this one is chocolate orange. Looks like that. These were so much cheaper than if I were to go to Lush and buy a bath bomb. It's a smaller company, so I feel like I was supporting a smaller company rather than Lush, a big conglomerate company, which is fine. I do really like Lush, but their prices have inflated by at least 2 times what they used to be. Nobody has the money for that anymore. So if you're looking for some really nice bath bombs, I would go to Pretty Suds. Handmade bath indulgence. So I hope you're having a good December so far and a good start to your holidays. If you are in England, let me know what tier you're in, how it's going. Any other people in tier 3? Anyone? Anyone at all? The annoying thing is, it was my hometown and Swale and Thanet that brought Kent's numbers up so high that we are in tier 3. So without Medway, without Swale and without Thanet, we would be in tier 2. There you gotta love Medway. I'm gonna go watch a Christmas film. I think one of my favourites last year was a Disney film called Noel. I'm gonna start with that one. Yeah, so I am gonna go watch a Christmas film and I will speak to you in a bit. Bye!